Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, early learners, and welcome back to the art room. This week we're studying rain, and we have been looking at different artists each day and looking at their work as inspiration for our own. We also are talking about the ABCs of rain, and I'm picking out a letter that matches what we're going to do for the day, and I've created a rhyme. But let's start the day out with our hello song. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. Hello to you, hello to you, hello to you, hello to me. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. And I wanted to send out a special hello to the children in Mrs. Topuzhin's class at Muir Elementary, because they've been watching every day and sending me art, and they invited me to their classroom, and that was fun to see their Paul Klee work. And today I have three friends I'm saying hello to, and it's Carolina, Jacob R., and Jacob T. Thank you, boys and girls. And you know, if you send your address, your home address to the studio, they will offer you a activity book and it will come in your mail. So if you send your address to our address, we'll send you something out. Alrighty, so today, our letter today is letter P. And letter P stands for puddle. And I tried to think of a good rhyme for puddle, and all I could think of was huddle. Now, in football, they huddle when they put their arms on each other's shoulders and their heads are all in the middle and they're chatting. And I thought, since we already learned how to make boots on Monday, you could put a bunch of boots around in a puddle, and that could be your art for that day. But today, we're going to be talking about the effect that happens when something is dripped into water and it sends out little circles. And in those circles, we can see it done here on Kai Bo's work. He has gone to this river called the Yeris River. And in that river, he used to fish, and he and his brother used to go down to the river and look. He even painted the boat that he enjoyed at that river. But you can tell it's raining because the rain comes down, and when it hits the water, a little circle starts, and then it gets bigger, bigger, bigger until it loses its vibration. So our artist Kai Bo has painted this at the river, and he called it the effect of rain. The Yeris River, effect of rain. So what we're going to do is sing the song about splashing in the puddles. And it's the same tune as when we were singing about the boots the other day, and it goes like this. Splashing in the puddles, splashing in the puddles, splashing in the puddles, I like to wear my boots. And the other verses you can think of that go along with rain and wearing your boots. So picking up the worms, that's what we do on a rainy day, because what happens to worms when they are underground and it rains and saturates or fills the ground with water, they breathe through their skin. And if they're underground and the water, there's nothing but water touching their skin, they can drown. So they come up to the top, and they come to the top, and that's why you see them all over the sidewalk. They don't go on the sidewalk hoping to scare children or for children to stomp on them. They're up there trying to breathe. So if you see the worms there, let them get back into the grass and let them go back home, because that's their job, is to take care of our soil and make sure that our plants and roots have air and places to go when they want to grow down, down, down with their roots. Be kind to all living creatures, boys and girls. Now today, I want to talk about huddle in a puddle. In order to make the puddles, we're going to use a big piece of white paper and my pastels, and then I'm going to paint over it. We're going to do the sky very similarly to what we did yesterday, mixing the black and the white together to make gray. And then I'm going to either use white paint or pastels to make the rain come down and hit onto each of those little circles. So let me put my pointer stick away and pick up this. Oh goodness, this is getting heavier and heavier every day, I think. Oh, it just fits here. All right, I think I'll use what we already have left over from yesterday. My paints didn't dry out. I'm going to put some water at the top of my paper. Now I'm going to do it on the top of the paper so that you can see. I'm painting my paper just with water. And I am going to dip into the gray that is still, it's almost dry, but I am going to make my clouds. And with the water on the paper, it makes it very different from what we did yesterday. Yesterday, when we were painting on our foil, it made it thick and it made it not very see-through, transparent. So with this water on here, it mixes it up. I'm going to get a little more water. I don't want to get it on this chair, so I put my palette underneath. And do you notice I'm just going in circles and making it cloud-like? Dipping in. I can see my paper needs a little more water, so I'm going to grab it and bring it over and paint it again. Get the edges and go along here. I hope you're being careful in your living room if you're working there. I know your family knows about how to set you up for your art. Some people wait until after the class is over and work on their work then. And some people do it on their patio. Some go to their kitchen. Some can do it in a box. I know we used to work in boxes in my classroom when I had a classroom of children, and they would work inside the box so that our paint wouldn't get on the desks, because we like to help Mr. Brown, our custodian, and not have a big mess on the tables. Even though our student of the day would often wash the tables for Mr. Brown before he would get there. And they would vacuum using a little sweeper. Now, boys and girls, I have my sky, and I think this is pretty good. I'm going to put the water down. So I'm going to put my brush over here and get that gray paint out of there so it doesn't dry on it, and set it in a place that makes it good. And I'm going to get my palette and get my brush of paint and put that in here. I'll get some of the dark blue too, because I want some water to be a little different down here. Get some water. And here it is. I'm working upside down. I hope it looks good for you. And all the watery places, I think I'll pick up my water and paint the bottom here, because the clouds are up in the sky and the water is down below. And if I paint my water onto the place where the river is, I'll be able to mix in a few more colors. You can see it looks like I'm watercoloring here. It's a good thing that I have time for this to dry a little bit, so that when I paint my circles on here, they will blend in. I'm going to do a little more white so that my sky between the water and the clouds, I can see the difference between the two. So it's like a whole ombre effect. That's when one color blends into the next one and it goes. Usually it's just one color, just mixed with either black or white, a shade or a tint of the color. Now you could have drawn your circles and made your pieces before you painted, but I wasn't sure how well the tempera paint would allow me to do that. So I made a little palette of just white for me to use a tiny brush to paint my raindrops down through this. So I'm going to start it here and go down, down, down. It's just a dotted line of a raindrop going down to my river. And I can have it go right in the center and make an oval. And an oval, you know, I think this paint will be easier. The oval goes around the place where I just painted so that I can make it hit the middle of that oval so that the raindrop makes that circle go out, out, out. Just like a real raindrop would. When it hit the river, it goes out, out, out. I'm going to do another raindrop go down from the sky. I think I'll start it up even higher. And since usually the rain follows what the wind does to it, and I'm making my lines follow each other on a path that follows the same line around. So I don't want to do one going this way and one going that way, although sometimes when it gets super duper rainy, it does go all different ways. So let me turn this, oh, careful, don't get it on the chair, Mrs. Readwright. We better go to the middle. So I'm having it go and hit the middle of my circle, and then I can make the next one come around a little bit inside that. It's up to you how many times you want it to be hitting the river. I think I'll do 3 today. And can you see this well? I'll pick it up a little bit. Can you see? Is it hard to see the rain because it's white? You'll see on your own paper what it looks like. I'll keep going down and do another one. Ooh, this is going to be a big raindrop. Boys and girls, while I'm painting, I'm going to tell you what kinds of things you need for tomorrow if you're going to do the project with me. I'm bringing white paper, blue tissue paper. I brought a couple of different colors of blue for the raindrops. If you have some watered down glue and a brush, because we're going to do splashing in the puddles, and it's going to be our artist, Vincent van Gogh, that we're going to study tomorrow. So I think I will do a little bit more work on this so that I have some grayer clouds and add some more water to it and make it super duper interesting. At the end of the week, I'm wondering what folks will say. Which was their favorite artist? Which was their favorite artwork? I already have one piece up here. I'll bring it next week so that you'll see, because I like to work on it over the weekend and make sure I have things to show you. Let's say goodbye and see you next time, everyone. Goodbye, see you next time, everyone. Goodbye, see you next time, everyone. Goodbye to you, goodbye to you, goodbye to you, goodbye to me. Goodbye, see you next time, everyone. And tomorrow we're going to do Rain on the Plain. See you then, boys and girls. Bye-bye.
A brand new day, time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.